afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Twitch live stream for July 25th, 2019. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. It's my pleasure to be here today. If you are in the room and you want to chat, let me know that you are here. Chat in. There's Joff. Joff is here. Daniel typed in, wake up. Who woke up? Who didn't wake up? I'm awake. Moolah didn't wake up. It's Christmas in July. Da 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 da. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Excuse me. That was kind of loud, probably. Sorry about that. Oh, let's talk about who I am. I'm the senior instructor here at VectorVest, a senior instructor here at VectorVest. I've been here for 15 years, and I do a lot of training here for VectorVest. It's all free for the most part. So if you're new to VectorVest and you're concerned about being able to learn more about it, I'm one of the people that is involved in doing a lot of free training on the software. So it's not baptismal by fire, believe you me. Sitting to the side of me is Joey. Say hi, Joey.
Hello.
Excuse me, I got a little bit of stuff going on up in here. My glasses dark, Joey, still? A little bit. Joey is my producer. He sits side saddle with me. Happy anniversary on 15 years. Yeah, I'm coming up on 16 now. In March, will be 16 years. So thank you for that, Kirby. How are you doing, Kirby? Somebody just followed us. Thank you for that. Huh?
STV Go.
Well, thank you for following. I love that. We got a new follower. Excellent. I'm glad to see that. That is awesome. I'm going to get to our followers in a second, how many we have. In the background, we have Daniel, super producer Daniel, sitting in the background. Say hi, Daniel. He was going to type it in the room. He doesn't sit in the room with us. He's special. He sits in the room all by himself. John. Hi, John, and super producer Daniel. Thank you, John, for following me. And you know what I'm talking about. So thank you for that. As you saw, I did accept. So glad to have you on board. Thinking about selling ELP. Can you look at the indicators? I'm letting emotions tug at my selling plan. Stop doing that, Kirby. We talked about that before. I'm going to give some time at the end of this presentation, this live stream, to look at individual stocks. I'll do that. What did you just do? Oh, okay, I got you. Joey's doing some good stuff in the background for me. He's tracking all of the stocks that you type into the room until I'm ready to get into them. So he's got that stock in there for ELP. Along the way, down the line, down the road a piece, if you type in stocks throughout the day, Joey's going to be putting them into a list so that I don't have to go back and look through the chat to find out what stocks you were looking at. All right, so real quick, you know what we're going to do? Today is Trending Thursday. We're going to jump straight into all of the stuff that's trending, and then we'll come back. We'll look at some market timing, but we're going to get hot and heavy into it. Daniel did type in regards to Kirby, exclamation point trade planning. So Kirby, just to keep you grounded, that is all about the plan your trades, trade your plan. So just keep that in mind, Kirby, but we will look at ELP. Kirby says sell, and Joey's going to put that down to MKRX. He's going to keep track of all of the stocks that you put in. And at the end of the system, at the end of this presentation, this live stream, I will allow some time to look at some individual stocks along the way. So we'll always do that. We'll always do that as long as I create the time. So today we're going to jump straight into what's trending in the market. Joey, if I click on this, what's going to happen? It clicks for me. Where are they at? Right here?
Right.
That's on the UCAS? Oh, that's on monitors too. All right. So we're going to be paying attention to the stuff that's trending. First thing, the Fed to cut rates for the first time in a decade this month. So interesting that the Fed is thinking about trying to spur on the economy. That is the way to keep the economy nicely moving, is to cut the interest rates, because ideal situation, ideal Goldilocks situation in the market. You want earnings to be rising, interest and inflation to be falling. If they cut the interest rates, falling interest rates are a good thing for the market to spur on the market. When the market gets too hot and heavy, then the Fed comes in and raises rate to slow the economy down. So what they're trying to do, I think personally the economy is doing just fine. I personally think you can move it around, Joey, to wherever you want it to be. I think that the economy is going along just fine, but the Fed is trying to spur the economy on even further. So the Fed to cut the rates for the first time in a decade this month. Scroll down, Joey. A quarter point. And now this is the big bone of contention. Let go. This is the big bone of contention. A quarter point federal interest rate cut in July is almost done deal. The problem is with that, the market doesn't like the quarter basis points. They think that it should be more. Interesting though, how much lower does the how much lower can we go on the rates? We have still at historically low rates. And if you keep cutting rates, we don't have any room to go down lower if we still have to do some spurring up of the economy. The market doesn't like the quarter. Expectations of the July 16 to 24 poll of the first rate cut in more than a decade have firmed this month after the federal members have strongly hinted policy easing is coming soon, pushing U.S. stocks to a new record. So we do know that this week the Dow hit historically new highs, the NASDAQ hit historically new highs, and the market hasn't, or the Fed hasn't cut the rates yet. But overall, a lot of the news that I've looked at says that the market doesn't like the quarter basis points. They're looking for more. And it looks like Steve says there just happens to be a VectorVest ad on that article. You know, everywhere we go, people want to know who we are and where we come from. So we tell them. We are the boys of H&S Company. That used to be something I sang in the Marine Corps. That was a long time ago. But yeah, every article that we go to, Steve, is going to have a VectorVest article on it. That's just how the internet runs. It keeps a track of what you look at. And then it puts it up on your websites when you go. So it looks like Kirby and Deacon are talking, watching closely to see if MKTX can rebound and follow through tomorrow from today's Harami. It's called retargeting advertising. That's what it is. So, you know, we're all VectorVest based stuff. So I guess that's why all that VectorVest stuff is up there. All right, so keeping that in mind, I think the recent general message from the Fed seems that it's more about downside risks to growth rather than the economy being already weak. I don't know if anybody really feels, does anybody in the room feels that the economy is weak? Type a yes in the room. Hi, Alessandra. Does anybody feel that the economy is weak? Type a yes in the room if you think so. If not, type a no. Does anybody feel that the economy is currently weak? And I agree. Alessandra, I agree. Deacon, I agree. Any new people in the background want to chime in, don't be afraid to chime in. This is a very interactive room. And if we're talking about what's trending, this is the important stuff that's going to make a difference in the stocks that you get into or not, or if you get into stocks or not. Steve says, don't know, tariffs aren't good though. You know, but earlier during the week, or it was late last week, there was a convoy sent to China or back or forth or something along the lines that said that China and the U.S. were coming back to the table in regards to China tariffs. All right, so what's up, King Lucci? Trader Man says no way to it. I honestly don't think that the economy is weak, but between the president and between the Fed, they think that it could be, and they're trying to get some easing into the market by cutting the rates. Wow, really, Alessandra? You're really Alessandra? Wow. All right. So that was the first thing I wanted to start off with, was looking at, it says more than 75% of the common contributors from last month either downgraded their growth outlook or kept it unchanged. So there are a lot of analysts out there that are downgrading some stocks that I'm thinking is ludicrous that some stocks are being downgraded. And I'm like, why? What do they see that I don't see? And Alessandra says, I'm learning English. No, you're not, Alessandra. All right. Now here's something else. 50 basis points of easing would fall short of what markets are currently pricing in over the next year, but should be enough to placate investors that are concerned monetary policy has become a bit too restrictive. So I think that if the if the Fed comes in and drops it 50 basis points, holy smokes, I think that the market will just take off like a rocket. I think that with the 25 basis points, the market will still be fine, but I'm thinking, or I'm seeing, that a lot of people don't feel that the 25 basis points is enough. So Crimson, Kentucky, good. Thank you for chatting. New to the room. How's everybody doing today? I thank you very much for chatting in and not being afraid to chat in. Thank you very much. Crimson, Kentucky. Crimson, KY. I'm thinking that that's Kentucky. So welcome to the page. And anybody who's new to the page, especially if this is your first time, if you like what you see, don't be afraid to hit the follow button up top. Oh man, I missed it. Don't be afraid. It's somewhere up there. Joey, where's it at? I can't stand this thing. Kirby, I love that you sent this to me, but there it is. So over here?
On the side.
Over on this side somewhere. Yeah, up there. Up there. Hit the follow button. Hit the follow button. It's short of it's short for Kyrie, but good guess. All right, I'm still going to call you Crimson. Are you in Kentucky, Crimson? If you are, I like Kentucky. I like Kentucky, but never mind. Nonetheless, thank you for being here. We do appreciate it. No, Montana, that's not Montana, that's Missouri. Oh, you know who's in Missouri? Kirby. So guess what, Crimson? If you decide to ever take a trial to this software, we have a user group. Kirby is in Missouri. He's in St. Louis, and what that is, a user group meets every month, and it's a bunch of VectorVest users that join in a meeting, and there you go. That might be what software? The name of the software is called VectorVest. So we're going to get into that, but right now, Crimson, today is Trending Thursday, so we look at what's trending in the market, and after we get all of these things together, we are going to go open up the software, so you get to see the power of the software. I'm going to write down some of the stocks that we're looking at. Tesla. We're going to be looking at Boeing. We're going to be looking at Beyond Meat. We're going to be looking at Dunkin'. We're going to be looking at Amazon. We're going to be looking at Microsoft. And we're going to be looking at Facebook. We're going to be looking at McDonald's. We're going to be looking at Chipotle. All right, CMG. There we go. And what we're going to do, Crimson, is we're going to put all of these stocks that we're looking at that are trending into the VectorVest software. All right? What broker do you use? We don't tie anybody to any one specific broker, whatever broker you feel comfortable with. All right? Whatever broker you feel comfortable with is, we're just a tool designed to help you to make better decisions. So the broker is all up to you. Broker's all up to you. All right. So we started off with what's going on with the Fed. Let's move over to Tesla. Tesla reported wider than expected loss on Wednesday and weaker than expected revenue. Tesla's getting beat up. All right. When are we going to get a shut up Joey emoji? Wow. Wow. Yeah, I think Daniel, it's getting pretty evident that we need a shut up Joey emoji.
Hush Joey.
No, a hush Joey. I like hush Joey too. All right, so you're welcome. Is that your partner in crime? No, yeah, he's my producer sitting on the side. He won't even show his face on camera, and he wants to talk a bunch of trash over there.
I'm trying to help both y'all out.
Wow. All right, side chair quarterback, baby.
Should have given him all the info.
All right, Tesla is headed for its worst day since 2013 after a brutal earnings report. How many of you out there are currently trading Tesla? Anybody? There he goes. Look at that. Steve put Hush Joey +1. Nice. How many of you are trading Tesla at all? The stock fell 14% and is on pace for its worst day in almost 6 years. All right, so it doesn't look like anybody typed in that they're trading Tesla. Tesla is headed for their steepest drop since 2013 after the electric car maker reported a wider than expected loss, disappointing revenue, and announced the departure of the chief technology officer and co-founder JB Straubel. So interesting that the co-founder is jumping ship. Interesting that the co-founder is jumping ship. How do you think that stock is going to be affected? And Providence is not in here, but Providence is told me this morning that Tesla is a stock that we're supposed to short right now. But that was what Providence said. But evidently, he's not here right now. The company says it has a weekly run rate of 7,000 of its most popular Model 3 vehicles and aims to be able to produce 10,000 Model 3s by the end of 2019. The problem is with that, Elon Musk has been saying that he's going to be able to bump up production of his car for the longest time and really keeps falling short of that. So that's something to think about if you're looking at getting into the Tesla stock, or if it's a possibility for you to short Tesla. We're going to talk about that in a second once we get into the software. For the bulls, this is a disaster story in terms of gross margin. That was on the closing bell. You can sell more cars. Well, what did you do? Can you do it profitably? That's a good question. You can try to sell more cars. Can you do it profitably? If not, ultimately, this company will have to raise more capital next year. That's why it's such an issue for the street. So Tesla may be a good possible play of a stock to play to the short side. If it's got options, maybe buying puts might be a good way to take advantage of the stock. Strobel will be replaced by Drew Baglino, the vice president of the company. It's the latest high-profile departure from Tesla executive ranks, as brain drain continues to be another big concern for investors. So Tesla recently joined with Apple, which also lured former Tesla Vice President Michael, whatever his name is, to join the Special Projects Group earlier this year in June. All right, so, man, this is not good for Tesla. And they are trying to prove in production, they're just not able to keep up with the orders. Now, I live in Lake Norman in North Carolina. There's a lot of Teslas running around, so I get to see they are slowly but surely getting put out on the road. But I just don't think that they're able to keep up with the orders for the people who are putting them in. All right, so that's where we stand on Tesla. We're going to take a look at Tesla, but from a trending perspective, Tesla got beat. Build quality on Tesla cars has gone down. Build quality on Tesla cars has gone down. Apparently, building cars in a parking lot under a tarp was a bad thing. Wow. Thank you very much for that, Crimson Kentucky follow. Crimson Kyrie followed the channel. Thank you very much for following us today. I do appreciate it. We got 2 follows today. That is awesome. Thank you very much. At least it tells me that you like the content and this is a place that you want to learn about the market. So Trending Thursday is a good way to stay on top of what's hot, and in this case, what's not. All right, so we're going to move from Tesla. Next big story, Boeing. Boeing posts the biggest loss on the 737 MAX, may have to halt production of the jet. That's huge. When Boeing brought out this 737 MAX, this was going to be the front-runner plane that they were going to be building both commercially and for the government. And when those crashes happened that killed some people, man, that put them really back behind the 8 ball. All of their planes have been grounded, and they've been grounded indefinitely. So Boeing posted its largest ever quarterly loss. You see that? Largest ever quarterly loss on Wednesday due to the spiraling costs of resolving the issues with the 737 MAX. It's not only that the planes went down and that they have a hard time getting back the trust of the people, but a lot of people, another suit just went in on one of the passengers that were killed. They're going to get to a point where they're going to get inundated by suits. It's not that they don't have the money to pay. They're a big company. They've been around for a long time. I don't think that they're going to have a problem with that. But with the planes being sidelined, they can't sell them. Anything, that's going to be big for Boeing, and Boeing is getting beat up for that. Boeing is an airplane company, Crimson, that is big not only in the commercial market for airlines, for airplanes that are out and about, but for the government, all right? They have government contracts with the planes as well, and this is hurting them big time. Thus the reason why it's on Trending Thursday. Think about this. Here you go, Crimson. The world's largest plane maker, all right, also reported a fresh delay of its 777X wide-body program as General Electric's company problems pushed the first flight into 2020. So not only is this big, I didn't realize it was the largest plane maker, but it is, and that's why this is such a big story. Max says, no clue why Boeing stock hasn't tanked big time long before now. Must have a lot of money back in. So now, Max, knowing that this is the largest plane maker, does it make sense why it's not gone down more than this? I didn't realize, I know they were big. I didn't know that they were the largest plane maker, but that answers the question. Kirby says, the story you're about to, oh wow, this is like, what was that from
Law and Order?
Law and Order. The story you're about to see is true. BA, the names have been changed to protect the innocent. There you go. And then you had, I like that. That was good. Kirby. Dragnet was different. I forgot what the sound was for Dragnet, but there you go. That was on point, Kirby. That was on point. Sorry about all of the nasally thing going on. I really apologize, but I'm not gonna let it stop me. So Boeing, that's a big story. And this is why it's on Trending Thursday. Boeing is looking to restore customers' faith in the 737 MAX to satisfy the requirements of regulators by reprogramming the software pinpointed as common factor in 2 deadly crashes in a span of 5 months. Interestingly enough, the pilots that fly the plane still stand by the plane. They still stand by the plane, which could be a positive for Boeing, but they have to prove that whatever glitches were in the plane have totally been fixed. Los Angeles, the city of crime. That was Dragnet. All right. Max says 2 crashes because of bad software/training a few months ago, delays in getting it fixed, on and on. So there it is. They're looking to restore the faith by reprogramming the plane, reprogramming it. Never tank, weird to me. And again, there is a lot of money behind the stock, Max. Kirby says, yep, Dano, book 'em. Tweezer Bottom is here. Good afternoon, my friend. Glad you're here. Passengers refuse to fly the 737 MAX, but Deacon, the pilots that fly them still stand by the plane. The people who fly them still stand by the plane. Thank you, Crimson. Look at all of the bits. Awesome. Thank you very much about that. I love the bits. We got the bits. Hey, Joe, we got bits.
We got the bits.
Say thank you to Crimson.
Crimson, thank you for the bits.
There you go. Daniel, say thank you to Crimson. All right. So this is a defining moment for Boeing. Mullenberg told Analysis, he said, Boeing has held weekly technical calls and a number of conferences with the MAX operators around the world in nearly 225 sessions in flight simulators testing its software. So they're trying to get the software fixed up. Still stand by or crash by the plane? No, they still feel that the plane is a good plane, Kirby. A lot of pilots, if you check that out, a lot of pilots still feel that the plane is a good plane. All right, production cuts are possible. They're going to further 730. The current rate of 42 aircraft per month will be cut. And you know what that'll be? A lot of people are going to lose jobs. Boeing reduced the number of single-aisle aircraft it produces monthly on the Seattle area from 42 to 52 after the second crash. Boeing also faces issues with other planes, with that 777X, the latest iteration of its popular long-range twin-aisle aircraft, now delayed to 2020. You know something? When the planes get pushed back like that, that hurts you in the pocket. I don't care how big of a company you are, that hurts you in the pocket. That's the reason why Boeing is up here as a trending stock. Let's see, still stand by, laugh on, no problem. There you go. All right, let's go to my next stock, Beyond Meat. A lot of you knew that in my personal portfolio, I did trade Beyond Meat. I got into it at $100, and I just recently got out of it when the stock went to $200. That's 100% gain on a trade, and I did that in about a month's worth of time. Why did I take it off the table at 200? Because I doubled my money. Because I doubled my money. All right. A lot of the stock is up now. Where is it at? The stock is up now. The last time I saw it was about $213. $213. This is not looking at real time, but it was up about $213. During this story, though, it was up to $199.15. All right, and there you go. Daniel's right. I can't go broke taking a profit. And those are my wife's dollars, right? My wife got me, and my wife was saying she was looking for her cut. I said, your cut is that you're married to me and that I already make plenty of money in the market. So that's her cut. And right now, Kirby is telling me that it's up to $217. $217. I took the $200. I took it off the table. I bought some Beyond Meat burgers today at Aldi. They're pretty good. You did? You did? Man, see, I wasn't touching it. Now, how long have you been trading for? About 13 years. I've been with the company for 15 years. I've been trading about 13 years, Crimson. 13 years. Tweezer says, doubling your money, is that fundamental or technical? That was emotional. That was one of the few times I will take an emotional trade. 100% is 100%. And technically, I could have stayed in it. Fundamentally, I could have stayed in it. That was 100%. Tell me this. How many of you make 100% trade all the time? And probably nobody's hand is going to go up. So it's something that doesn't happen all the time. That's why when I made it, I got out. And Alessandro said sometimes, and but it's not the ordinary. It's not the ordinary. And when that happens, that's a good opportunity to get out. All right, so that was what was going on with Beyond Meats. I'm going to show you something else that was going on with Beyond Meats. Dunkin' Donuts meat sausage is going to add the Beyond Meat sausage to its menu starting in New York. That's going to be huge. Joff says, not me, but when it happens, I sell half and ride them. And you know something? I could have done that too with the Beyond Meats, but I took out my 100%. So look at that. That's going to be big. Dunkin's is everywhere, right? Dunkin' Donuts is everywhere. Dunkin' Chino, say hello to my chocolate blend. I like that.
Hello to my chocolate.
Say hello to my chocolate blend. All right. I like this for Beyond. So maybe Beyond, if you're not in it, why did you pull out from Beyond? Because I made 100%. I bought in the stock at $100. The stock went up to $200. I took my profit and I ran. I was okay with that. That's why, Crimson. That's the only reason why. And the stock is still going up. As Kirby showed me in the room live, $217.91. I could have made another almost 18 bucks on the trade. I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, the coffee chain is the first U.S. restaurant chain to offer Beyond sausage. Beyond Meat stock has soared ahead of its second quarter earnings report Monday. All right, so is that for every trade you do? No. Normally I have stops to know when to get out of a trade, Crimson, but again, 100% gain was enough to take that off the table. Tweezer says, Beyond Meat bacon, everybody loves bacon. Even I love bacon, but I don't think I'm going to eat anything with Beyond Meat because for me, I'm a carnivore. I love the meat. I love the meat, all right? So Max says, do you ever talk about using VectorVest for day trading? Yes, we do have on Mondays, we start talking about the Derby. The Derby has something called the Jockey Club where we do day trading in the software every day from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And I'm one of the instructors that does the Derby where we do live trades in the room. So yes, we do that. We do that. There's the offer for the 99-cent trial, which will give you access to seeing what goes on in the Jockey Club. You won't have access to participate in it, but you can see what goes on in the Jockey Club. So if you don't already, well, Max, you should already have the trial, I'm assuming. I think you do. But if you don't, 99 cents, you see if you click exclamation point offer, you get access to the 99-cent trial for 30 days. You have access to the Jockey Club to see the live day trades that we do. All right, so with Beyond Meat going up, Dunkin' Donuts adds it by adding Beyond Meats to its menu as the plant-based meat trend continues to gather steam. Beyond Meat is still a good stock. If you haven't gotten into it, this still may be a good time. Yep, I'm a recently new user. So if you have real time and you've taken the add-on module of the Derby, you will have access to the real-time day trading platform of the Jockey Club. Look at that, Digital Tectonics adding some bits and some cheers today. Thank you very much for that. Got some cheers. Thank you very much for that, Digital Tectonics. All right, what else is on the menu? What to expect? Amazon reports tonight. What to expect? I think I have another Amazon. Here we go. Here's another Amazon. Amazon looks ready for a 40% rally, says the market watcher. Now, does that mean that you should just back up the truck and buy Amazon if you're not in it? Nope, I'm not telling you that. It could be a make or break moment for the FANG trade. Alphabet are set to, Facebook, Amazon, and Alphabet are set to report quarterly reportings in a few days. Of the basket of tech names, Piper Jaffray's Craig Johnson is watching Amazon closely since he believes the stock could be on the cusp of a major breakout. A whole bunch of technical things going on here. There's the couple of moving averages plus a level of resistance, trading right at resistance. All right, so a lot of things can happen based upon what's going on with earnings. From a technical standpoint, he notes that the stock's relative strength index has recently pulled back from overbought territory, says that a close above 2025 to the 2050 level would lift the stock out of the consolidation range where the stock has been stuck. All right, so we're going to take a look at that stock in a second as well. So Amazon is on there. Microsoft is on here. Microsoft has a clear path to 15% higher from here, and that's from a different technician. Microsoft, the world's largest publicly traded company, could get even bigger. Hopefully you're writing down some of these names, but in case you're not, I'm going to put them into a list that we can take a look at. Microsoft's surge is up 34% this year. 30%, blah, 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 blah. The stock, of course, has been, having been where it has been, has a lot of support. Initially right around 131. All right, so Microsoft is another stock to look at. Dr. DeLito likes to call it microsausage. All right, but we're going to keep our eye on Microsoft. Facebook. Interesting. Facebook got slapped with fines. So remember, somebody was Max or Steve was talking about how Tesla hasn't gotten beaten up? How about Facebook got slapped with a record $5 billion fine? All right, orders privacy oversight. The stock has gotten hit, but not nearly hit as hard as you would think after getting a $5 billion fine. Why? Because again, Facebook has got a lot of money. Facebook's got a lot of money. Just like Bowen's got a lot of money, Facebook has a lot of money. So hold on a second. I'm a little thirsty today. Did you mute me? No, so
guzzle for 5 seconds.
So everybody heard me guzzle.
Give me 1 second, then you said 5.
Well, everybody heard me guzzle. That's all right. I'm a little thirsty today. I got a lot of ice in my cup. Joey doesn't have nearly as much ice in his cup as I have. I got real ice in my cup. Alessandra says we all heard that. All right, well, sorry about that. But it was me drinking this nice ice cold water, though. It's good water. All right, so shares of Facebook were down slightly. You see that? Down slightly following the announcement, but turned positive in the afternoon, up about 1%. Even after getting hit with a $5 billion fine, they were still able to overcome that and go up. Very interesting, huh? Very interesting. The fine is the largest ever imposed by the Federal Trade Commission against a tech company. The previous high was in 2012, $22 million against Google. Think about it. The biggest fine was $22 million. Facebook got hit for $5 billion. $5 billion. All right. And Alessandra says Facebook excellent, and I think a lot of perception is that Facebook is still going to be fine. That's why he didn't get hit nearly as hard. Last one. Chipotle, McDonald's, and Starbucks are all soaring this year. Here's what to do. Buy into earnings. So, 3 other stocks. Chipotle, McDonald's, and Starbucks. SBUX. All right, so what we're going to do, glad to see you investing on Twitch. Hey, Dave, a new person. Excellent. Thank you very much for following as well, my friend. I'm a crypto guy, but I dabble in stocks also. So we don't do a lot in crypto. I do have some crypto that we can analyze in the software, but stocks and options is primarily what we do. Oh, you stream crypto. Excellent. So, if you ever want to put us on to host a stream, you can always do that if you like. So especially if you stream crypto and people that you're looking at or that you deal with are looking into stocks, if you dabble in the stocks and they want to dabble in the stocks, this is a good place for you to be. All right, but I don't have a lot of crypto, but everything from a crypto standpoint that I do have, I will try to point out to you, Dave. We do have some, all right, and so there you go. All right, so, but thank you very much. Did you hear Robinhood had planned text with passwords? No, I did not know. And actually, I do use Robinhood. But we could do a little collaboration here. We actually could, and I don't mind doing that, especially if you have people that you deal with who are interested in stocks. So now, 238. Let's take a look at all of the stocks. So in here, I have Beyond Meat. That was one. Actually, let's start off with Tesla. All right, and for all of the new people, let me show you the power of the software. All right, this is like Crimson, Dave, new people that are in here. Let me show you the power of the VectorVest software. We are now in, are we Tesla short here? Most likely, I just talked about Tesla may be an opportunity to sell short. Tesla, and I'll talk about that in a second. But when we open up Tesla, here's over the last 3 months what the stock looked like. Look at that big gap down. Look at that big gap down. Not only did the stock gap down, the industry gap down because Tesla is probably such a large part of the industry. All right, first thing, the stock has a hold recommendation. Every stock in our database has a buy, sell, or hold recommendation. Right now, Tesla has a hold. We assign an intrinsic value to every stock. The price is trading at $228.31. We have it valued based on earnings and earnings growth. We have it valued at $148.58. Notice the writing is red. That's bad. The stock is clearly over its value by a lot. Now, the stock does still have good upside potential. On a scale of 0 to 2, our relative value is at 1.61, which is favorable and nicely above 1. Safety, though. Safety is at a value of 1.05. It is above a 1, but it's blue writing, it's fair, it's just okay. Stock value, what I mean by stock value is what the stock is worth. Most people use PE ratios to get a valuation on a stock. Based upon where the PE ratio is, they can determine whether the stock is under or overvalued. We assign an intrinsic value on a stock, what we feel the stock is worth, based on earnings. Earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. We look at earnings growth rate. Are they growing their earnings in a positive fashion? Put those two things together, coupled with a couple of other things, we can assign a true intrinsic value on any stock. And by looking at price and value, we can very quickly discern whether the stock is over its value or under its value. Our mantra here at VectorVest is to have you in safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price. But because the stock is overvalued doesn't always make it a bad stock. It just means that people are willing to pay a premium to own the stock. All right, so that's how it goes. Relative timing tells me if the stock is in an uptrend or not. Also cast on a scale between 0 and 2. It's below 1 at 0.82. The stock is in a downtrend. Well, we can visually see that, right? The stock has got an overall rating of 1.17 on our value, safety, and timing. It's in blue. Most likely, as the stock continues to move, it's going to fall down further. Sorry. Growth rate, hush up, Joey. Growth rate on Tesla's, though, still sitting at 51%, which is excellent. But our growth rate is going to catch up as the stock's price continues to fall. And then all of the other indicators that we have to analyze a stock are written here as well. All right, so that's what a stock analysis report will give. Let's go look at another stock, Boeing. All right, we just type it in. Look at that. Over the last 3 months, Boeing is almost getting close to near 3-month lows. Look at that. Falling, not only falling, but gapping down. Boeing is in some dire straits right now. Company is still trading at $346. But look at that, down 4% on Thursday, which is today. Look at the movement of the stock. The stock is definitely falling. Now, the industry overall is going up, but the stock, so what does this tell me? That that the industry is going up, that this is a laggard in the industry. Scroll down, the stock as a whole. Here's the value. The value of Boeing sitting here is at $465.58. The stock is trading at $346.32. This is clearly undervalued. And again, we would rather have you in safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price in a rising market. This stock, even though it's falling, is still an undervalued stock, whereas Tesla is way over its value and falling. Tesla is a stock that I would jump on to sell short quicker than Boeing, because Boeing is undervalued, is under its value, but looking at the graph tells you the stock is definitely going down, okay? Relative value, upside potential in the stock is still good. Boeing overall fundamentally is still a fundamentally sound stock. Relative safety above the value of 1. The stock's relative timing. The stock is in a downtrend, but not nearly as much in a downtrend as Tesla was. The overall indicator, VST, is at 1.21. And comfort index is not so good. Comfort index is the stock's ability to withstand long or lengthy price declines. So what I'm going to do now is go to my watch lists, and I'm going to go create a new watch list called Twitch Trending 7/25/19. Okay? I created a new watch list, and I'm going to put all of those stocks in there. And that way we can come back and test them and take a look at them at a different time in the future. BA, BYND, Dunkin' Donuts, comma Amazon, comma Microsoft. And this is going to do a couple of things for us in a second. Facebook, McDonald's, Chipotle, Starbucks, SBUX. All right.
You want to do these 3 that they had?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to hold off on the 3 that they did in a second. So these were the stocks that we found in the trends, right? Very quickly, what this watch list will do for me is it's going to show me the stocks that have the best combination of value, safety, and timing at the top, sorted all the way down. It's going to show me the stocks that are in an uptrend. I'm going to sort by that, and which ones are in a downtrend. The 2 worst stocks out of all of the stocks in the trending are Boeing and Tesla. Why? Because they are in downtrends. The RT indicator tells me that it's below 1. Both of these stocks, out of all of the stocks that we looked at for trending Thursday, only 2 have RTs below 1, telling me that the stocks are in a downtrend. These are the stocks that got hit the hardest, so that is why visually we saw that. By analyzing them the way only VectorVest can, we can quickly see that these stocks have the lowest rankings of RT. These are the stocks that are in a downtrend. Beyond Meat, the best stock in here by relative timing. The fastest moving stock in this list is Beyond Meat, followed by Chipotle, Starbucks, Microsoft. So not only is it important that you build a watch list to get a real look at these trending stocks, but man, every stock gets a buy, sell, or hold recommendations. Which ones have a buy? How about the safest stocks in this list? Starbucks has got the best safety, followed by Chipotle, followed by McDonald's. Which stocks have the biggest upside potential? Sort by RV. Now we come back to Tesla. Man, interesting that it's got a good upside potential. Amazon's got a good upside potential, but you know, with RTs below 1, not the right time to be in the stock. This is the beauty of having this kind of analysis. I can see that Tesla overall has got the biggest upside. It's not the right time to be in it. How much time did it take for me to realize that this may not be the right time to be in the stock? The stock is grossly overvalued. These are the things that VectorVest will do for you when analyzing any stock in our database. All right? Which stocks have the best earnings growth? Tesla's at the top of the list again, followed by Amazon. But also understand that these stocks are very widely traded, and the perception of these stocks is much higher than what the stock is currently worth. So now, let's go back to VST. If I were looking for a stock to buy from this list, let's highlight them all, and let's go take a look at their graphs. So now I have them in the list. I'm going to maximize this and put this on a 3-month graph. I like Beyond Meat. Look at that. Why? Take off that moving average. What am I on? I don't want that. Graph layouts, Twitch. I'm looking at a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. How about it does a good job to keep me in it? And right now the stock is still rocking and rolling. Wow, I got a new person all on the holy buy in right now. Good timing. I think that this is what I'm looking at. A great update on Beyond Meats. What am I looking for to get in? Notice that I have very little wick at the top. Good, strong update. My suggestion, if you want to ensure that you're buying into the stock, moving higher, put your buy stop limit order about 12 cents higher than the high. About 12 cents higher than the high. That way you're knowing that you're buying into a rising stock. Yes, the stock is up today, but who's to say that we're not at the high and the stock's price pulls back? 12 cents higher than the high would be a great entry point. The 3 and the 8 are showing that the stock is definitely in a good uptrend. Our indicator of RT that tells you if the stock is in an uptrend or not is way up there. This is a good trade now as long as you put in your order 12 cents higher than the high. If the stock doesn't go 12 cents higher, guess what? Then you do it again tomorrow. Make sure you're buying into a rising stock. What's the next stock on the list? Amazon. Well, Amazon, if I drew a trend line from the high, is actually trending lower, probably over the last 2 weeks. Would today be a good day to get into the stock? No. Why? Because the stock is down today. How many people trading Amazon? And if you are and you're holding Amazon for a long-term play in your retirement portfolio, what should you do now? 1, buy a put. Buy an optionable put on it. That is protection in case the stock misses earnings and drops down precipitously. You do not have to take the full brunt of the price depreciation. If you own the put on the stock, it will help to alleviate some of that downside potential in your portfolio. If you don't own the stock and you're wanting to take advantage of the options of the earnings play, there's another option called a straddle. Buy the straddle. That way you buy a put and a call at the same strike price, and no matter which way the direction of the stock goes, you're going to make money. Now, one of the legs is not going to make money. That way you know to cut it early. But if it goes in one direction really fast, you can take that profit on that options trade. That is a good way to play Amazon if you don't own the stock. But if you do own the stock and you're unsure of what's going to happen with earnings, buy a protective put. All right? Next stock, CMG, Chipotle. Not a good day to buy. Why? It's a down day. Big kind of a spinning top action happening yesterday with a wick at the top of the candle and a wick at the bottom of the candle. Some selling pressure, but still an open day. Gapped up, broke out of a level of resistance or a level of, right there. Look at that, good level of resistance. Let's make it a little darker for you. Not only did the price gap up yesterday, but it broke through that level of resistance. Where did it stop, though? At the last close. Let's take that off. Stopped right at it. Right now, we have something called almost like a dark cloud cover, but it's a piercing pattern, not nearly enough to go below the midpoint of the candle. Not there yet. CMG had good earnings yesterday, I heard. CMG did have good earnings, but look at the follow-through. Not much in the way of follow-through today. Still higher than the open yesterday, which is good. Today's downward momentum did not break below the midpoint of yesterday's candle. That's still a positive aspect. That just may be people taking some profits off the table. All right, that may not be saying that the stock is going to reverse and go down. Next stock, Starbucks. Green candle, 3 and 8 still have you in it from a moving average perspective. Just a give back day. It's a green candle because it's higher than yesterday's close, but it's a closed green candle, which means the price started at the top of the candle and came down. Today is a give back day, but still higher than yesterday. And look at where it stopped. Intraday, it stopped at that high from 4 days ago. Support and resistance really works. That's why we use it. All right, next one, Facebook. Fine, big down day. That is a dark cloud cover. Piercing pattern, broke more than halfway down below yesterday's candle. Big down day. Earnings is coming out. The 3 and the 8 have crossed today. If I'm using the 3 and the 8 as a means to get in, the 3 and the 8 to get out is a good way to get out. I'd been out of the stock already by now. All right, next stock in the list, Microsoft. That candlestick pattern right there is known as a hanging man. It is a possible reversal and it's a bearish harami. A couple of things going on at the same time. Now, Microsoft is going to have earnings. Just be careful. Look at where it's trading at, right at resistance. A little bit of a down day, but some buying pressure with a big wick at the bottom. Got some bulls coming in, and the 3 and the 8 still have you in the stock. Watch relative timing, though. It was trending lower. Now it's starting to move higher. Just be careful, though. If you're not, Microsoft tends to beat earnings. Let me move this over. Microsoft tends to beat earnings. I think that unless something really, really, really bad came out, most likely it should beat earnings again today. All right, next one, Boeing. Gap down, falling, getting close to 3-month lows. Getting close to 3-month lows. Boeing may be a stock that you might have to consider thinking about selling short, but watch, it does have a level of support right here. All right, and let's see if that level of support can keep it from free falling. The stock is in a downtrend. Our RT indicator is below the value of 1. Tesla, notice, man, also below the value of 1 on our trending indicator, 3-8 cross. This may be a good opportunity for you to get out of the stock if you're not in it, all right, or if you are in it. McDonald's, beautiful upward movement. Right now, with earnings coming out, just moving a tad bit sideways. The 3 and the 8 are negative. RT is falling. The stock is losing its momentum moving up. It's losing its momentum and moving up. Glenn, I've been listening to you today. Now I have a cold. That's a wicked illness. Wow. Wow, that's some strong cold through the computer. I'm sorry, Badger. I'm sorry about that. I just got some nasally stuff. It'll go away. I'm sorry, my friend. All right, so McDonald's, nice update today. It got some wicked, a little bit of give back, but strong, and it is a nice open candle. Let's just see what earnings does. And again, just in case, where's relative safety at 1.31? Most likely, McDonald's is going to beat or exceed earnings. Most likely. Last stock, Dunkin' Donuts. With that advent of Beyond Meats, it's trying to make a run up, just not there yet. Let the stock come to you. Don't chase it. I will tell you that about any trade. I don't care how good the trade is or you think it is. Let the trade come to you. Don't chase the trade. All right, Joey, give me those 3 stocks that they gave me, that they gave you. Let's take a look at those stocks. And if you have any other stocks, put them into the room now. Which was the earnings growth column? That was the GRT column, Max. All right, ELP, comma. MKRX.
UPS.
Oh, man, MKRX is not good. Double check that. MKRX.
No, that's not.
Come on, nope. Oh, it's MKRT. Hey, Kirby, what was the stock? Kirby, what was the stock?
Steve mentioned CMG also.
Okay. I got to come back to that. What was the other stock after MKRX?
That was it, CMG.
CMG. Comma, you put in Navient.
MKTX.
MKTX. There we go.
Is that one?
I don't know. It is one. ASM.
No, that's not.
That's not it?
Not stock. ASMR, that's that beer stuff that we were listening to.
Oh, okay.
DAP.
Hold on. NAV, Navy and NAVI, okay? Comma, EDAP, comma, Ally. You want Ally? Got it. Any other stocks? Here it comes. Yes or no? Yes or no? Any more stocks? No more stocks. All right. That was my roulette voice. No more stocks. All right. Let's go look at these on a 3-month graph. ELP. Woo! Falling down. Sort of like London Bridge. 3&8 crossed a couple of days. Actually, 3&8 crossed yesterday. 3&8 cross and the stock, that was a dark cloud cover with the candlestick pattern, and it had follow through today. I'm not real comfortable with trading ELP right now. All right, the stock is falling, coming off of the high. It does have a level of support where, let's see if it tests it right about here. Let's go make that a little bit more solid. It's sitting at about $12.04. So that's a good place if you don't get out now, to say that's your line in the sand to get out. Even if I put on a 20-day moving average, it's fallen below that as well today, Kirby. As of right now, it's fallen below that. The 3&8 cross yesterday, the stock fell below the 20 today. Fell below the 20 today. This is only one more stock, RGEM. RGEM. I asked these questions ahead of time. Man. Joey, it's all your fault. Hold on. Okay. ELP, I probably wouldn't touch right now. I would be getting out of it if I were in it as it was moving up. Consider thinking about closing it. Mr. Bill Ackman, thank you very much for the for the bits. Thank you very much for that. Kirby says, Brazilian utility, I may sell that and jump on. That Beyond Meat looked good. I am liking that trade. Just make sure you're buying higher than the high, though, Kirby. That Beyond trade looks good. All right. EDAP jumped up today, it gapped up at the open. It had some high up to the top of the wick. You know what that's called? There's a candlestick pattern known. What is that candlestick pattern known? It was a great vacation, Bill. I went to Africa. It was awesome. It was amazingly awesome. What is that candlestick pattern known? A shooting star, absolutely right. Could be a possible reversal. Badger's right as well. Could be a possible reversal. I got some selling pressure, but I do like that RT moved up with the stock's price today. Just watch that. Be very leery of knowing that the stock does have a possible reversal pattern. All right, just keep that in mind. But I do like that it did consolidate. Not only did it break out, it broke out above a level of resistance. Let's see if we can get some follow through tomorrow. Let's see if we can get some follow through tomorrow. Watch that selling pressure coming on with the big wick at the top. MKTX, trying to do a little bit of a rebound after yesterday's big down day. That is a bullish harami, carrying the baby really low at that point, but it is below the 3&8 and the 20. So right now, this would be a preliminary move. This is probably just a buffer day from yesterday's big down day. I would really prefer, if I'm not in it, to look for follow through. If I am in it, I probably should have gotten out of it yesterday. But if I didn't, then you know something? Here's a line in the sand. This level of support is the line in the sand if you want to stop the bleeding. All right, but if I'm not in it, I want more follow through, or I definitely want the 3&8 or the 3&8 to go positive or go up above the 20. But if I own it, I should have been out of it yesterday. If I still hold it, I do have a line in the sand to get out. Okay, next one, CMG, little bit of almost a hanging man, but not quite. A down day today. All right, but they're going to report today too. Is this one of the companies I think it is going to report today? It did break above the value of their resistance yesterday. Not quite follow through because that's a down candle. Not quite follow through, but it's a down candle. But guess what? It's still above that level of now support. That's a good level to look at. So I wouldn't jump on it today because it's a down day. Next one, same thing with Ally. Beautiful looking upward trend. Today is not a good day to be in it with a down day. And looking at the candle, that is something known as a bearish harami. Could be a possible reversal pattern. The 3 and the 8 still have you in it. The 20 still have you in it. All the technicals still have you in it. And you know, if you're in Ally and you're using the 3 and the 8, you're fine. If you're using the 20, you're fine. All right? If you're not in it, today is not the day to get into it. But beautiful upward trending stock. How about the 3 and the 8 did a good job while the stock pulled back? While the stock pulled back, the 3 and the 8 still kept you in it. This is why I love using the 3 and the 8 exponential moving average. How many of you without VectorVest would have panicked? And look at that, without the panic and how much more money you had a chance to make. CMG reported back on July 23rd. Oh, so CMG already did its deal? All right, that's fine. Not a good day to get into it, though, today. I do like the steady upward move, but I'd like to see some follow-through to get closer to that high. So we already talked about Ally. Woo, Navi, big. That is a bearish harami. A lot of down day in the stock today. The 3 and the 8 is still good. The 20 is still good. The stock has lost a lot of momentum by way of upward mobility with the big drop in relative timing. Big drop in relative timing. Not a good, the stock went from a buy to a hold on this big down day as well. If I'm still trading it with the 3 and the 8, I'm still in it. If I'm using the 20, I'm still in it from a swing trade perspective. Next stock, love Argen. That is a beautiful looking equity curve. That's what we call a ruler stock moving up nicely. If I'm not in it, I still want to buy about 12 cents higher than the high. All right, so those are the stocks that you asked me to look at, and there we go. So with that, man, I want to say thank you very much for being with us today. Trending Thursday was a good day to see what stocks are hot, what stocks are not, and why. So from the perspective of a lot of big name stocks that are in the market right now, why you should or should not be in them. For those of you who are new and you liked what you saw today, we do offer a trial to the software. $99 cents for a 30-day trial. And what I showed you as far as the watch list is just such a small smidgen of what this software can do. A small smidgen of what this software can do. All right, so 99 cents to at least be able to look at the hot stocks and put them into a watch list and get a better feel of what's good and what's not good. Great job. I love the extra analysis on what is going on in the market. That's what Trending Thursday is all about. I'm going to keep swinging this until I hit myself in the jaw. Thank you for that, Steve. I appreciate the chair. All right. If you have Amazon Prime, you can support us financially without money out of your pocket. You can link your Amazon Prime to Twitch. Your Twitch will then become a Twitch Prime. And we just put the link in there to show you how to do that. And what you do is you have 12 tokens. You get 1 token a month for a year. And you use those tokens on a monthly basis to support whatever live stream you want. Whether it's ours or somebody else's, you can do that. Wow, thank you very much, Crimson, for the Twitch Prime. Wow. Talk about coming in for the first time and following us and then subscribing to Twitch Prime. That is awesome. I thank you. I think that I was able to at least show you a lot of what the program has to do. When you come back on other days, we show other portions of the software and how it can be so flexible to be used on whatever you do as far as the market's concerned. The watch list portion that we did today was, again, such a small smidgen of what this program can do. But it worked well with what we were looking at for the trending stocks. All right, so there you go. Steve just gave you a high five, Crimson. Steve just gave you a high five, man. That was awesome. And you know, who else is here? Hey, do I have a VIP to give? Actually, Do we have a VIP to give? Joey doesn't know. Daniel, do we have a VIP to give? Oh, whatever. Leave me alone. And if we do, with what Crimson just did, just came on, he followed and did the Twitch Prime.
We were gonna give one tomorrow.
Are we going to give one tomorrow? All right, Crimson, show up tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can VIP you tomorrow, which gives you the diamond, which gives you the little purple diamond, what's that thing called? VIP badge. It'll give you a VIP badge. All right, so I think that's all I got to do. We picked up a couple of followers today. Our next follower goal is 350. Right now, with the 2 we got, we're sitting at 315. All right, we need 35 more, folks. 35 more to get to 350. Once we get there, we're gonna have another giveaway. And Kirby can't win. Kirby still can't win. Kirby still can't win. Badger says, go take a bath in vitamin C, gargle with salt, then drink too much brandy. You'll be healed in the morning. Wow. There you go. I'm going to drink too much brandy. Max, thanks for being here today as well. All right, folks, thank you for all of the follows that we got. Thank you for the subscription that we got. Thank you just for supporting this stream. I'm trying very hard to provide for you some of the best information that you're going to find on stocks and Twitch. All right, my job, I'm trying to be the ninja stock man when it comes down to Twitch, the ninja stock man. So that's only going to happen with you guys. You guys are going to get me to that level, but we want to be able to provide the best content possible. So thank you for being here. You see all these books in the background? I read them all. I read them all. So there you go. All right. So with that, folks, hasta pasta alakazam. Adios, arrivederci, ciao. Au revoir, sayonara. See you all tomorrow. Later. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.